So this is ToonTastic. When you click it, you get lots of options. When you click new cartoon, it basically gives you the story arc. And if you can hear it, it actually talks you through it.
A conflict, a challenge, a climax, and a resolution. Together, these scenes form the story arc.
So if you have students who can't understand the entire concept, like your first graders, then what would you do?
For our first graders, this is what we did. For the first graders, what we did was we sat down beforehand on each iPad, opened up a new cartoon, and deleted it. So they only saw the setup of the story. So this was basically week 1. So we were talking about setting in characters, you know, in a story, and we asked them just to set up a story. So basically, you can pick anything you want.
So this has different scenarios, different backgrounds.
Different settings. Kids absolutely love browsing them. And you pick the setting.
Cool. Now tap the forward arrow to move.
And then it gives you about 100 characters. And as you can see here, lots of characters. It actually suggests, since I picked the C, it's actually suggesting some relevant things, but I'm welcome to put anything I want. If I want, I can put an alien in there because I want.
You don't want to limit creativity.
Yes. Look, oh, here's a. It's more. I'm looking for here an alien, just because. Wait, why not? So you can put it. It actually tells you after a while. It actually tells you.
Start animation.
Sorry, after a while it actually tells you that you've got too many characters, because my kids are so excited to see hundreds of characters. They keep adding, and they do not understand the concept that on the next scene there could be more characters.
Yes.
You know, so with the characters you can change them, you can make them bigger, you can make them off screen, for example, and then you can swap.
So if you wanted
around.
the shark to be off screen and then come onto screen, you can, choose that.
And you can actually change the color if you don't really like the color of the shark. I would like a yellow shark, for example, just because. And then basically what you do is you start.
Tell your story.
Start.
3, 2, 1, action.
And then you're like, "Oh, it's a beautiful day in the ocean. I'm swimming. Hello, have you heard? We've got a visitor coming out of space. Ah, there, hello. I wondered which planet I'm on." I mean, you can basically do anything you want.
It's a beautiful day in the ocean. I'm swimming.
Hello, have you heard? We've got a visitor coming out of space. Ah, there, hello. I wondered which planet I'm on. You can basically, I mean,
that is fantastic.
If you have lots of kids, and if you can actually have 2 partnered kids working with it, and they can be 2 different voices, or you can have kids who their voices becomes animated just like mine does when this character is speaking to fit the animation, and then you get to pick music for your scene.
This is the music page.
This is my kids' favorite. They usually spend about 10
This
minutes.
is interesting. This operates on a lot of different cognitive levels, the things that they have to put together, and it makes it so easy for them.
It does, and you know, you can probably hear. You can set the mood.
Okay, so let's just zoom in. So these have different faces and different moods. So
and if you go down, they all change.
That.
This is mellow, and they all change. Look, terrified. You know, passionate. We can be passionate.
So what happens when you make the arrow go down? Is it just the volume, or
the passionate music goes down?
Or is it less passionate music?
It's less passionate. Look, and then you've got it, and you're basically done. You can actually do done, or here. This is where we did it with how we did it with grade 1. We added scenes to it. So next, we actually just wanted them to have a conflict, and we actually talked about the fact that these characters are now going to have a conflict, and then we said, could they please have a resolution? And this was it for grade 1. So they set up the scene, they had a conflict, and they had a resolution. But as you can see, kids can actually add more and more and more, as they want. They can add a challenge. They don't actually have to have a challenge scene in that. You can actually keep putting setup, and just continue your story. It doesn't matter. But this actually just tells the kids what's happening to teach them what.
So by grade 2, they would understand what the story arc is, and they would make complete stories?
Yes, hopefully. Okay?
It seems like a really good tool for expressing creativity.
Yes, as you can see, I won't show you because I don't know who was working with the iPad last, but as you can see, this is my, there's a $2,000 question there, and this is, you know, here there's a, you can see, and you can actually, these are all my kids, this is when they pick up the iPad for free time. So instead of going into any other games or anything, they always look for the iPad. We have two iPads, where one of them where ToonTastic doesn't work, and one where we don't have ToonTastic.
Okay.
And there's always a talk of, don't pick up that iPad, it doesn't have ToonTastic on it. So it's, for me, it's an amazing thing to see. And they just think it's a really cool thing to play with. And
what do you think are some of the best cognitive development aspects of children using this particular tool? I mean, what do you see in terms of their progression?
Makeup of story, telling of stories. You know, after they watch it, they can self-reflect. Oh, my story doesn't have a beginning, it just jumps. I had one student just said, oh, it just jumps into the story. And then he went back and added a scene to say, okay, here they are. And this is what they were doing before the last one happened. So it's self-reflection. It does it all by themselves. And they love showing it to the class.
Yeah.
So
their presentation skills also.
Yeah. Yes, I just wanted to show you it. You can actually make your own characters as well. If I go back there, which my kids absolutely love. So here's, it says my creation. See, someone's made a car. It actually tells you what kind of an animal you want to make. Maybe we want to put in a superhero. And you click create. And you can actually create all these. It's better if you have a pen, but our kids are pretty good with. So it's just telling you how to set up the man. So I don't have to really do anything. Here's his head. Here's his leg. I don't have to be really very artistic. And because he's a superhero, he must have a cape. Okay, that's very simple. Look, and then he says a character has to have a side. So please draw the side. So you can just, here's the side. And this is what he looks like when he's flying. He needs to have a nose, maybe a hat too. And his flying cape. And it will, I will call him Super. And we should see him get together. There he comes. There he is, yay! I mean,
it animates them for you as well. Huh?
I mean, I had a kid last year who was doing a project on meerkats, and we used it as an interview with a meerkat, or the animal. They were researching animals, so we used it as a place where they had to set up the interview, where an interviewer, which we actually have here somewhere. There's the TV crew. There they are. Here they are. Here he is. And there's the guy there she is. So she was going on an interview, and she was interviewing animals. So, you know, and we have dolphins, you can see gorillas, all the things. But he picked meerkats, and there wasn't a meerkat. So we spent quite a bit drawing the meerkat, and he was so happy that we could actually add meerkat onto the thing. The only thing it says on your iPad is personal, so it was only on that iPad. Yeah. That's the only drawing. So that's about it.
Yeah.